the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Maga Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From mama said to hump day news, we keep it real with down home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, mama said, is bringing the truth. And when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things, stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP news to I remember that, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact. Got our veteran of the week, gotta show our pride. Pets of the week, bringing love worldwide. Talking paranormal, digging true crime. Southern fried stories all the dang time. So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give them a hand? So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give them a hand?
Good morning, Southern Fried Podcast fans. All of our folks out there in Cornbread Nation, good morning. We're glad to have y'all here with us this morning. It's Friday. You made it. I'm Rob, and that's Dave, and we're happy to be here this morning. How you doing, Dave?
Doing fine. Broadcasting from the banks of the Southern Fried River as we gently float down a Friday, ready to get the weekend going.
Now, referring back to that Southern Fried River, is that another comment back to that little theme park we were talking about last night in West Branson, Missouri?
Oh no, that's totally something different. The Southern Fried River is a
It's not
very
a river of,
beautiful locale that flows throughout the state of Georgia from north to south, and we're right on the banks of it. I'm on one end of the state, you're on the other end, and it is it is also, it's an awesome river, and we broadcast right from the banks of it. That thing in West Branson, that's a whole nother story. No whole nother story.
Yeah, this lazy river here is not full of inner tubes and beer, ice cold beer.
No, it's when the weather's nice, we sit out on the banks and broadcast from the banks of the river, watching
Under a shade tree.
Watching fish jump out of the water, and kind folks that come by, we wave at them as they float down the gentle lapping water north to south. And once they leave the state, it becomes something that's not the Southern Fried River. It changes name at the state line. In Florida, it's not known as the Southern Fried River. I think it changes its name, but I'm not sure.
Dude, you put me on the spot there. I got to come up with a name for this river when it hits Florida now. Redneck Tube and Sow Branch. Yeah, that's what they call it down there.
Or it could be called Kissing Cousins Branch.
Is it going to Alabama?
Well, it probably breezes off. I think down there, in the Panhandle, there's probably it probably splits right there. Right there in the corner of the state. There's part of it goes to Alabama, and then the rest goes into Florida. So
Alabama kissing cousins. It's kind of got the same pattern there.
But in Georgia, it's known as the Southern Fried River. It's honorable.
Okay, I got you. I've got to share a cartoon today, this morning, and I found it last night. And we discussed this a little bit last night, but I have to share it this morning. You ready for this?
Ready? I saw that. I saw that yesterday. I did see
It's
that.
a mostly peaceful test drive on the Tesla.
That's what's going to happen, and it's going to be a Mad Max type thing. People are going to start taking out the electric vehicles, stealing the batteries,
Oh my gosh!
I mean, you'll be in the store and you come out, and your car's all messed, just wrecked. They've taken the batteries out to get the lithium, and it'll be like a Mad Max, Mel Gibson,
Oh,
crazy world.
Back then in the Mad Max movies, it was all about stealing gas. That's going to be all about stealing lithium.
Good morning to Wallpaper Universe Official on Instagram. Thanks for being in the show today.
Yes.
Appreciate you. If you've never been by here before, we are the Southern Fried Podcast.
Yes.
And we're on a lot during the week. We appreciate you coming by. It's Friday.
There's a whole lot of stuff going on, but not really a whole lot more to talk about on it. I mean, we got the judges being little dictators trying to set policy for the whole country where they don't have authority to.
I think the biggest news is outside the nation than inside right now, except for a lot of things are in motion. The question being, can they get a ceasefire that holds between Russia and Ukraine? Little man Zelensky, will he wreck it? They're trying, so hopefully they can get that to a ceasefire, at least on portions of it. It's one of those things they're going to have to start at some place and then start, going back from there, and then negotiating what they're going to do. They're first trying to get a ceasefire on the front lines.
Yes.
But in other areas, or maybe it's not in front lines. Maybe it's backwards of that. Maybe they're trying to get a ceasefire from rocket attacks and stuff first, then reach the front line. So it's not easy to start something that's already started, because one shot, one artillery fire, anything, and it escalates back up. So it's a slow scale down sometimes. When the American war between the states, ended, they didn't have communication back then, obviously, like they have today. There were battles that were fought 2 weeks after the fact, after they had already signed the papers. There were battles, small but still battles, where people died out west. Word just hadn't got to them that, hey, it's over.
Yeah. There's a lot of just.
And the ceasefire has failed in between Hamas and Israel, and so that's amped back up.
They released 2,000 prisoners. Israel did, for how many hostages?
It's always a disproportionate number. I don't remember the numbers. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but hundreds for a few every time they did it. So, well, they got to restock their soldiers. I mean, they lost so many already. So that's more Hamas. They're just bringing them over and giving them a gun and turning them around and saying, "Okay, let's go." You know,
You know, the United States had a
we're
thing years ago where we did not deal with terrorists, and we would not deal with terrorists. Let's put copy on my shirt. Uh, and we would not
look
deal
like
with
I got a
terrorists.
little leakage going on there.
Apparently so. Must have a hole in my lip. Uh, but the United States would not deal with terrorists. I think we need to go back to that. I
Well,
really do.
I understand in one way. I understand that sentiment, but what happens is they parade your loved ones, and with images and videos nowadays with swords at their neck, guns at their head, and the families are putting pressure on whatever nation it is to do whatever you can get my daddy home, my mama home, my kid home, and it it turns into it just kind of turns into a mess.
I know
So
it
I get
turns into a PR nightmare
it
in
really does.
situations like that.
I mean, I could sit here in my easy chair and say it one way, but if that was my kid or my grandkid up on the screen and they've got a sack on their head and they've got a knife at their neck, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. And a lot of times they will say, do whatever you got to do to get my kid home, and later on they might have a lot more tough things to say, but when that's your kid sitting there. So I mean, I understand. As a nation, you have to balance the right and the wrong of it, the morality of it. The longer it goes, the worse it gets, and they know that. They do it on
Yeah.
purpose. I mean, everybody remembers Daniel Pearl, the Washington, what was it, New York Times and Washington Post reporter.
Yeah.
Who, what they did to him, and his family had to suffer through that. And that's a message to everybody. Because they don't have a value for life, and they'll just take someone and abuse them and get every ounce of PR out of it in the worst possible way, and that's to strike fear in the hearts of, But sometimes they go too far, then it becomes we'll just kill them all because that's what happens.
Yeah.
But it's tough to be a leader. And I'll say this morning we're hard, hard on Biden, hard on liberal presidents, but I will say that's the hardest part of the office is when is it time to strike, and at what point do you negotiate? That's tough as a president.
Well, I think it ought to be kind of like a standing policy that if you are a terrorist organization and you kidnap an American citizen, the strike ought to be immediate. Don't give them a chance to parade them around. Don't give them a chance to do none of that. An immediate strike. Yes, I realize that it would put people that are actually taken into a little bit more danger, but they're already in danger. Their lives are already threatened. Go in, get them out. You pray and hope for the best, but the strike ought to be immediate. And I think if they started doing that, it would cut
It,
down on that garbage.
well, I agree, but to a point. But it does depend on what's the strike. Are we talking about missiles in a bunker? Or are we talking about troops on the ground?
I'm talking about
There's
troops on the
different.
ground.
Well, and
And I fully support that
then you've
because
got parents that say,
no.
you've sent
Boots on
my
the
kids
ground. I
into,
want to get my children back.
and then that can escalate into a wider regional war.
It
There's just
could.
stuff that the president has to measure when
But
we're
a
talking about
missile
that.
strike, that ain't gonna work because that's gonna threaten the hostages. Send them in. Send them in. Get our citizens.
And
That
then
should be standing
what
policy.
if it's a Russia and you've got nuclear, you know, they threaten nuclear war. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not always easy as saying we're just going to go in no matter what. Every situation is different.
I mean,
It's
but what if it's like Canada, and they have a terrorist organization there, and they go in and they kidnap uh I don't know, a 6-year-old kid. So we just sit back on our hands
come
and
on,
or
come
should we
on.
go get them?
Canada's not going to do nothing.
And well, I said Canada. I don't want to offend them anymore. They're already ready to go to war because we wanted to make them the
I
51st
mean,
state.
you holler boo and they stop. Oh, I'm sorry. You want some beer with that? We apologize.
All right.
I mean, come on. if you're gonna make an example, let's make it a little bit better than
Okay.
old Canada.
Okay. What if
But
what if someone from say France?
oh, come on, man, you're not getting any better here. Pepe Le
Like from
Pew,
Sweden, huh?
Pepe Le Pew.
From Sweden.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, I know there can be nuts in any country, but
Yeah. Okay.
matter of fact, in Canada, they would probably call down and say, "Hey, Yanks, could you help us out? We have a bad person here, and we don't know how to deal with them. I mean, we've told them shame, shame, but they're not listening to us. We need some tough Americans. We need some Green Beret."
I mean, our border wall failed. Our southern border wall. Their southern border wall is called the United States of America. Ain't nobody fighting to get
I
into
love how they're
Canada.
talking all tough right now, and if we weren't here, what would they be? I mean, they talk about they're the greatest country on the face of the nothing against Canada. I got nothing against them. But that's why we're the greatest country on the face of the planet. Well, if we say you are, because if we weren't here, you couldn't defend yourselves against a mighty nation of enemies, barbarians coming at you.
I don't think they could defend themselves against Cuba. I think Cuba could just take them over.
Honestly,
How can they be the greatest country? They don't even have any sunny beaches like we got down in Florida and Texas. And I mean, they just got fields of glaciers and cold.
honestly, the problem with Canada and America is the same. The enemy is not from without; it's from within, and we're being
Yeah.
taken over from inside, and that's the problem. England as well. We're being destroyed
Yeah.
one by one every time they bring in some idiot and let them stay here, whose ideology is not to be an American; it is to destroy the nation. And there
Yeah.
are those that come in and that's their belief. Take as much as they can and burn it all down. That's the attitude. I mean, that's what we not all of them. I'm just saying there's a significant portion that have been brought in. They hate this country. They hate it.
Yeah.
And they hate Canada.
Yeah. That's something that we ought to do. I think we can make a whole show, an evening show, 2 hour long, on the differences between Canada and the United States. I mean, we could start with swimsuits. You know, down here the women folk wear them little string bikinis and stuff like that, and up there they have full length fur capes and cloaks, trying to stay warm. Down here you have a wet t-shirt contest. Up there it's a frozen icicle contest or something. There'd be a lot of differences between here and there.
I'm amazed that you kept that female and you kept it probably young. There's a whole lot more images than that. There's the old man comb over
Yeah.
with the old man swim trunks. Joe Biden. Out
Yeah,
of the.
yeah, yeah.
I
You
mean,
know, well, that's why I kept it female, because if you're wearing something that small and it's that cold, you're gonna look female anyway.
and they've got they got the Eskimo stuff going on. They jump in the cold water and polar bear plunge.
Yeah, yeah. They got the polar bear plunge, and down here we got the redneck beer river.
Well, that's what we had last night in West Branson, Missouri.
And up there, if you go out in the woods, you might get run over by a moose. Down here, you have a white-tailed deer run at you, just grab him.
By the way, we didn't get to finish. There's a couple of ones that we didn't.
Let's
mention
finish
last
them
night.
off this morning. Let's give a
One
little
of them,
preview of what they be.
there were three that we didn't mention because we did
Okay, let's
two
do
out
it.
of five. One of them was called the Bubba's Belly Flop Contest.
Oh, heck
So
yeah. That's where they get them fat guys jump right in the water. See
Yeah.
how they can make the biggest splash.
That's it.
I'd
It's
do
called the
that.
redneck diving competition. The crowd votes. The crowd
Okay.
votes. And then there was the junkyard jungle gym. Climb, swing, and jump your way through a maze of old cars, tires, and scrap metal, all while being sprayed with water from hidden hoses.
And they ought to have pit bulls out there too. You got to run away from the pit bulls.
And the last one was shotgun slide. Propel yourself down a steep slide using a modified shotgun that shoots water, trying to beat your friends to the bottom.
Well, hey, if it just shoots water, you can shoot your friends too. Of course, you might not be, depending upon how hard that thing shoots, you might not be friends no more when you get to the bottom.
By the time you get to the bottom, you're Hatfield McCoy. Yeah.
Okay, now see, some of those I do. The Fat Man belly, I don't like the belly flop. So I'd have to do it butt first, see how big of a splash I could get. But
The one that still gets me is the Raccoon Rodeo Rapids. That one killed me. Brave the rapids alongside a group of friendly raccoons as you negotiate the treacherous waters. That one killed me.
It's treacherous waters. And you're in there with a group of raccoons. Them raccoons are not friendly.
No.
They have chunked them dabbling critters into the water, and now they're going nuts. You're going to have a raccoon on your head. Ah!
I've never met a group of friendly raccoons. I didn't know there was a union on that. It's like, yes, we need another group from the Friendly Raccoon Temporary Workers Agency. Our last group, they're not friendly anymore.
They work for peanuts, but they don't stay friendly long. As soon as they hit that water, they was done. Yeah, can you see the happy family? The mom, the dad, the little boy, the little girl fixing to start this ride. Oh, look at the cute raccoons. And they get in their little inner tubes. They start going down this thing. And they see the first big slope. And all of a sudden, they're turning over crates of raccoons into the water. The raccoons got no idea what's fixing to happen.
No,
they just dump them. And all these raccoons, these furry little, now they're soaking wet and look like have you ever seen a wet cat?
Yeah.
Oh, long-haired wet cat, and all of a sudden it looks all scrawny and mad. The hair's hanging down in their eyes. This big long thing. Slobber's going because they're like, ah! And now they're mad. And you can hear the little girl screaming as they go down the slide. Ah! It'd be great.
Well, it is the redneck. So you hear kids say, "Daddy, help me!" And what Daddy helps? You don't know. It's like
you got 50 guys diving in from the sides because they don't know. Not me.
It's like, well, was that my kid? Well, it could be.
God, looks like Aunt Junebug.
That sounds like an outing on the what was that show we was talking about the other night? The Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah. And the looks on their faces when they get to the bottom of that ride. No raccoons come down. They've all managed to grab hold of something and are staying up there. They're not coming down with all these crazy rednecks because they might get eaten. And but the family finally makes it to the bottom of this ride. The dad, the kids had this look of terror. They're all scratched up. Not much hair left. The mom is looking scared as well. She still has hair, but you can see claw marks on Daddy's arm where she was hanging on to Daddy with one arm and trying to grab chillins with the other. And the dad, he looks completely defeated. He just looks horrible. No hair left. They done pulled the raccoons, done pulled it all out.
There has to be a hospital close by because this amusement park is going to have a lot of business in the local ER. A lot of business. and veterinarians.
Yes, yes. And just not forget about the raccoons. No, they don't need veterinarians for the raccoons. When they get them down, finally, they go ahead. That's when they had the barbecue raccoon cook-off.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Bubba done got mad then. He's ready.
Yeah. George Bubba's up there helping them clean them raccoons, and they gonna eat good tonight. Oh.
You blinking raccoons.
That's what they do. That's how they make up to the family. That's how they bring the life back into them.
All right.
Yeah, let them help prepare the raccoons for the raccoon barbecue.
So, folks, join us on Cornbread Nation every Thursday night for the Redneck Destination of the Week. That's what we're talking about. And we will give you the state and the city that these are at. We've been all over the South. We're in the Midwest now. We don't know where we're going. But I will give you a hint. Next week's Cornbread Nation Redneck Destination it's the Scary amusement park. Scary.
Scary?
Scary.
I thought you said Harry there for a minute.
Not Harry, Scary.
Okay.
So
you said Harry. I thought you said Harry, and I immediately went to the monster that was on Bugs Bunny, the big red-haired monster or whatever.
It will be rides and attractions in a, like a ghost park.
Casper,
but redneck.
Is it like Casper the Friendly Ghost?
Oh, there ain't nothing friendly about this place.
No, if it's got rednecks involved, I guarantee you it ain't gonna be friendly. My goodness.
That's where we'll be. We'll give you the location next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These same bat channels.
Same bat time. Same bat channel. It's amazing.
Oh, having fun.
Oh
Cornbread Nation Thursday night gets us through the Friday. I mean, that's what it does. It gets us. It's been a rough week. You get together and you get through a Friday. You're into the weekend. It gets you to 5 o'clock on Friday or whatever time you get off, unless you have to work on the weekend, which I do.
Yeah.
So I don't really get. I do get the off from one job. So it is what it is.
Yes, it is. All right. Let's talk about this AOC and Bernie Sanders rally thing that they're doing?
Well, let's save it for the other side of the break, Rob. We're coming up on a hard break. We need to refill the coffee. Yeah. As we go out, folks, we want to remind you that Patriot Mobile is coming soon to the Southern Fried Podcast. And yesterday we sent in the rest of our paperwork. We should be getting our videos, images, and whatever. Our promo code will be cornbread for the podcast.
Well, it's not started yet.
It's not started yet, so we got to wait. You can benefit yourself and save money, and you get the first month free. I know that the first month free of service, and Cornbread Nation Southern Fried Podcast will benefit from that. It's a big deal for us, and we're excited about it. As we cross over, Rob, talking about floating down the Southern Fried River, we have crossed over the 40,000 follower mark.
Yes.
In the last 24 hours. So it's small to some, but big to us. And we are growing every day. And we thank you for your support. And as we come out of the break, before we talk about AOC and Bernie, what a combination. I think we'll revisit Uncle Jeb's love album for Steve. I want to hear that again.
Yeah, that first song, I couldn't remember what it was last night.
I couldn't either, and I want to hear that again. So, folks, we'll be right back. We're going to refill the coffee cups. And when we come out, Uncle Jeb's going to be here helping Steve from Half Pine Forge. Steve, if you're listening, buddy, I know sometimes you're listening when you're getting ready for work. Uncle Jeb has helped you out in your love life with the top 10 songs, Love at the Smithy. So...
That first one, I remember it was kind of risque for Uncle Jeb.
There was a little risque to it for Uncle Jeb. He is older. I don't know. That first one, I can't remember it either.
It was a little bit risque, Uncle Jeb.
We'll be right back. Hey, folks, Dave in the AM here with the Southern Fried Podcast and the Cornbread Nation. For many weeks now, me and Rob have been telling you about our affiliation with Dubby Energy Drinks. I've been drinking some of them on the show, and I just got in today the powder version, and this is the Palm Blom version of this. And hey, I tell you that it gives you the focus and the energy without the jitters or the crash. There's no sugars, no fillers, no artificial dyes. So get you some Dubby today. Use the promo code Southern Fried, and you'll get 10% off each and every order. Not only can you get the energy drinks, but you can also get some cool merch items. In fact, soon we're going to have a hat to show you as an example of some of those things. There's shirts and other things you can get as well as containers to mix up the powder and the water into that you can carry with you. We appreciate your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and also of Dubby Energy Drinks. We'll see you again soon. Take care. This is David the AM with the Southern Fried Podcast. We are now an affiliate of Podbean. Podbean is an audio platform which helps you get your voice out there. You can go online and go live from your very phone that you use. You don't have to have a lot of special equipment. It's nice to have a studio, but it's expensive. You can do those things from your phone. Hey, I was a listener of Podbean before I even became a podcaster. Maybe you've thought about being one. There was a time when I didn't think about being a podcaster, but think about it. You've got things to share. It could be as simple as baking, or it could be working on a car. The stories are endless that you could come up with to be a podcaster. And there are people out there that want to listen and to your stories and to your shows. And we're thankful for all those that watch and listen to us. Podbean is now an affiliate of the Southern Fried Podcast. Unless you're a business plan, that would be the bottom one. The one on top, use that. You'll get discounts. And also the Southern Fried Podcast benefits in this as well. I love Podbean. They also help launch out to many other audio sites. This saves me time. Time is precious. Time to be on the podcast. Time for research. Time to be with family. And yes, time to work. Yes, we still work out there in the workforce. So become a podcaster. Use Podbean. And when you use these links, one of them, you will save money and you'll also help the Southern Fried Podcast. Thanks so much for all your support. Take care. We'll see you soon. Uncle Jeb here, back for the Southern Fried Podcast, Cornbread Nation. I wanted to come back. I wanted to tell you, I saw that old Steve on there the other night. I don't know what I think he's doing. That should be my spot over there talking about music. What does a blacksmith know about music? I mean, really, come on, yeah. Well, you know what? I was thinking I'm going to help the old boy out. He's got that old long hair, and, he's not a bad-looking feller. I mean, you know what? He ain't too smart. He hangs around with Rob and Dave. But I thought I'd give him some help here. He needs some help in his love life. I mean, I got girlfriends. I get girlfriends all the time. But he's over there banging and clanging in that shop and on that smithy. Rob calls it the Easy Bake. Yeah, I like that, Rob. That's pretty funny. But I like Steve. He's okay. But I'm going to help you out, Steve. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you 10 songs here, about 10 songs, 9 or 10 titles, and you write these songs, and it'll be a best hit. It'll sell a lot of albums. Look at me, I'm old. An album, but it'll sell a lot. You'll have some money, and at least with money and a fancy car, you'll get yourself a girl. Well, here we go. Here's some songs from the Blacksmith album, the Love album. Love at the Blacksmith. Here we go. The first song you need to write, Steve, is called Forging the Steel of Love. Ooh, yeah, I like the sound of that. Number 2 is Anvil Smashing Heartbreaker. Anvil Smashing Heartbreaker. That's kind of nice, too, there. You got to have broken-hearted love songs, so you can make up. And then there's one here, Horseshoes and Heartache, a lot of heartache, when you're trying to get yourself a girl. And then the next one is The Ballad of the Blacksmith. Kind of sounds like when you die or something. I don't know. But The Ballad of the Blacksmith. And I thought of that title. I thought that was pretty good. And then Ironclad Love. Yeah, that sounds like something out of the 60s. Yeah! All right, Ironclad Love. And then Hammering Out the Beats. Sounds like a dance song, right? Hammering Out the Beats. And then Smoldering Desire. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, you like it, don't you, Steve? Yeah. Smoldering Desire. And you're going to like this. I saw you messing around with them tongs. How about Tongs of Temptation?
Tongues of Temptation. That's pretty good. Couple of more here. Here's you one, Stevie boy. Quench my fire. Yeah, quench my fire. And then the last one, this is the one to close the album with, is Smithing Up the Night. Smithing Up the Night. Yeah, Uncle Jeb, trying to help you out, boy. You need a girlfriend. Quit hanging around robbing Dave and get yourself a girl. I'm going to help you out. Uncle Jeb's here to help you out. And we're out. Get you some of that, boys.
Light it up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy.
Forging the Steel of Love.
That first one,
That sounds like an advertisement for a something that ought to be in a sex shop somewhere, like way in the back. You know, great big huge packaging. You know, I'm just
Uncle Jeb.
with bumps all over. I mean, just something that looks like a rocket ship. I don't know. Forging the Steel of Love.
Steve,
I can see Steve up there hammering out in the forge. Okay, now I got to do this. I've got to. I just see him up there hammering out and forging the steel of love, and the whole time he's going.
Oh my gosh!
I love you, Steve. I love you, brother.
The funny part is like the different songs, like the one that he called the dance, kind of like sound like dance music. I could actually see Steve dancing around the forge, you know, like
Yeah, the tongs of temptation.
the tongs of temptation. I will never forget that now. Every time I watch him in the shop when he picks those tongs, I will never forget that one. Forging the steel. What was that? Forging the steel of love.
Forging the Steel of Love.
Oh man, we're saving that video.
No, we're not.
That was in a file somewhere, buddy. Trust me. We can get rid of that.
Oh my gosh.
Hello from France. We appreciate you.
Yes.
And Instagram, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
good morning, France.
You imagine what forging the steel of love. They come in on Instagram and they instantly hear Uncle Jeb talking about forging the steel of love.
Steel of Love. That's an amazing song.
Good morning, Jerry. And yes, we concur. Rob,
Yes.
continue with your story. Sorry for the delay, but
You're
I had
fine.
to hear that video again.
Yeah, we had to. We had to get the Forging the Steel of Love out of there. Speaking of Forging the Steel of Love, according to Fox News, Bernie Sanders and AOC have joined together, and they're trying to whip up and shape up the Democratic Party by attacking the Republicans and conservatives once again, and Donald Trump, of course. They have accused, well, I said AOC has accused Trump and his GOP allies of lying to and screwing over working and middle class Americans so they can steal our health care, Social Security, and veterans benefits in order to pay for their tax cuts for the billionaires and bailouts for their crypto friends. Now, number one, cite your sources. All right, I'm going to throw that out there. Tell us where this factual information has come from. Don't just get up there and say it. Cite your sources. You're just, in other words, if you can't cite your sources, would also be known as slander. Oh my gosh, you're just saying anything, and they don't have anything to back that up. Nothing, and they're just throwing it out there. They just say whatever they want to say, and people and some certain people out there just take that as the gospel, and it's not. And Sanders charged that every day Trump is trying to take away power from Congress, and he's trying to take away power from the judiciary. yes, Trump is trying to curtail some of this lower federal court judges, stopping him at every turn that he makes. But that's not power that that judiciary has. That's for upper courts to decide. These are entry level federal judges that don't have that kind of authority anyway. And Congress has already established that. Congress can overrule these judges. And they're fixed to pass a law to put a law stop to this, or it's fixed to be introduced. Thank you, Mr. Halsey. So they said, we have a message for Mr. Trump. A message,
way,
Dave.
It will be President Trump, not Mr.
That's correct. But they said Mr. And that is, we will not allow you to move this country into an oligarchy or whatever. Let me tell you something. That's what it's been for the last 4 years. We voted that out already. We don't need y'all commenting on that. We already took care of that part. Get your butts down. Sound. Shut up. Y'all go forge your still of love somewhere else.
Oh my God. You just said that in relation to Bernie Sanders and AOC.
Yes. Yes. It's the new DC power couple. Not ACDC, just DC, because you know, Bernie's kind of old there. You know.
If Steve is listening as he's driving to work, I just had this image. He's heard Uncle Jeb. He's heard our comments. Then you went right to.
Oh, he thinks AOC's hot too.
Well, he does. So but you throw Bernie Sanders in there, and that kind of killed the whole thought process there. I mean,
he was like, "Oh yeah, Rob's talking about AOC. All right, oh Bernie. Oh." He's like, forging the steel of love. Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, he's hearing that in Bernie Sanders' voice, you know.
You just ruined that whole thing.
That hunched over look he has, he's always got his finger up, you know, forging the steel of love. We will tax your Forging the Steel of Love album.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. No. Don't do it.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
didn't Bruce Springsteen have the Tunnel of Love?
Yes, somebody had the tunnel of love.
Now we have Forging the Steel of Love.
No, dude. I could just picture it in my mind's eye now, and I didn't really want to do that. I was having fun, and you just changed it all. You took my fun away from me and replaced it with Bernie's voice. Ugh. And his finger tapping. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. You are right, Jerry. I mean, you know, there's a lot I could say that I'm just not going to this morning because.
Well, it's Friday. You know, we don't want that image and that thought on a Friday. So.
Okay, I was going to say, you know, I just can't do it. I can't. I can't do it. There's something I really, really want to say, and I'm not going to do it.
You mean you're going to be nice for a change?
Yeah, I'm not going to say if they were walking on their hands, they couldn't tell them apart. They're asymmetrical, sagging asses. I'm not going to say that, Dave.
I'm glad to know you're not going to say it.
I'm going to show restraint. Don't forget what else Bernie Sanders' initials can stand for. Hey, there you go. Yeah.
Steve, all we want to know is, did you hear Uncle Jeb's love album for you? That's all we want to know. And what your thoughts are about those song titles.
And he said you got to write them too. You're not writing them for you. He's just giving you the titles.
He's just giving you the titles. You got to write the song.
If you didn't hear that, boy, we got a humdinger for the first one he put out. If those two got together and had a child, it would be like Uncle Fester and Olive Oil swarming a little Kermit the Frog.
Can't you just see Kermit's face? I mean, he looks like a young Bernie, the way his mouth kind of draws in, you know. That's before he starts slobbering, you know. I think Kermit would have her, you know, have her eyes. Olive oil.
Long, skinny arms.
Bad thoughts.
Yeah. Y'all should, Jerry, don't do that to me this morning. You're gonna get me going. I already got a stitch in my side. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Uncle Fester.
And that would be AOC. AOC would be Uncle Fester, and Bernie would be Olive Oil.
Steve must not have heard Uncle Jeb. I don't think.
He's going back and listening to it now.
He's got to go back and you got to go back, Steve. You got to go back. Uncle Jeb is trying to help you out in your love life at the smithy. Yeah, forgive
me, Lord. Oh, dear Heavenly Father, forgive me, and you too, Kermit. You know, Kermit's the one you better be asking forgiveness for. Boy, the next episode of Sesame Street, you're gonna get it. Kermit's gonna be up there with his little banjo, fix to take a song, and go, "Oh yeah, Jerry, what's this about AOC and Bernie Sanders being my mom and daddy? Let me tell you something, big boy." I'm just saying, Jerry. Love you, brother. Well, wouldn't that just tick you off? I don't think about the only thing that would tick me off worse than that would be if someone said that Chuck Schumer and Kamala Harris was my parents. That might tick me off a little bit worse.
Wow.
What a parent.
You could have Pocahontas. I mean,
yeah. Or even worse. Oh my goodness! Could you imagine?
If Hillary Clinton,
ooh,
what?
Don't do that!
Don't
do it, Dave! Don't do it! No! Don't you do it! No! That's already happened once. We don't want that to happen again.
I'm just saying, would you be?
No! Don't do it, Dave! Don't do it. Go for it, Dave. You might as well go and do it now. Jerry, good luck getting you off to work.
God bless you, Jerry. Praise the Lord. Have a blessed day out there.
What do you mean someone has to pay the bills? Hey, you drop her off at work. You go home and put your feet up. Watch some soap operas. Eat some bonbons. That first song there, Steve, it's a little bit racy, but Forging the Steel of Love. Like I told Dave, I can just see you back there in the blacksmith hammering away, forging the steel of love. Go ahead. Sorry. You can't see what I'm doing probably, but you know.
As the FedEx guy rolls up with a new package with Rob's package.
I didn't send it FedEx, Steve.
Oh, come on, roll with the story, man.
Okay. With my package.
And he's hammering out Forging the Steel of Love in the smithy.
And the FedEx driver comes in and goes, "Bow, chicka, bow, wow. I got your package of your love right here." Oh.
Oh man.
But no, Dave, you cannot do that with Hillary. I mean, because that would be one of the top 10 worst matchups ever. Is if you could you imagine Hillary and Bill Clinton as your parents? And we already got one of them out there with Chelsea.
I was just thinking about school night, and would you be ashamed for Hillary to show up in her orange pantsuit? Come on, Mom. Don't you have something with a little less color?
Dave, you just killed me.
This
I had
show
coffee come out.
officially right off the rails.
Coffee actually came out my nose, dude. That is not nice. Don't do it.
Oh man. Oh.
I guarantee you, though, Forging the Steel of Love has got the same beat as Rock the Cradle of Love. Forge the Steel of Love. Forging the Steel of Love. It's the Steel of Love.
As he rolls
Forging.
into the tongues of temptation.
Oh,
I don't even know where to go with that one. The tongues of
let's just stop right there. Let's just stop.
it
Don't
sounds
do
a little. I don't know. I need to just leave that one alone. Well, we could.
We could have Grok write lyrics for those
Oh
songs.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Let's do it.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'll do. For those two song titles, I'll have Grok write the lyrics. Then we'll run them through the AI song machine. And we'll air those tonight.
Oh my gosh.
On Front Porch Talking. If
Forging the Steel of Love and Tongues of Temptation.
and Tongues of Temptation. Those two I definitely got to hear. They're all worthy of listening to, but for sake of time, we'll do those two today and air those tonight.
Oh, I don't think we're going to survive tonight.
We may not.
It'll be all right, guys. It'll be all right. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. I can't breathe.
Dude. This Friday, okay? Everybody, it's Friday. We're out there a little bit on Fridays. It's okay. It's starting the weekend. It's gonna be okay.
Not very professional day.
It's okay.
It's a slow news day, so you got to understand,
Yeah.
And the weather's cold again, so we're in a mood.
Yeah. So, we're like, everybody says that, you should be entertaining us. You entertain us. That's not our job today. Our job today is entertaining ourselves. And while we're forging the steel of love. And that's another thing. I harped on it last night. I'm gonna harp on it this morning a little bit. Just a little preview from last night. Also, excerpt from last night. To you jacklegs out there that ruined our perfectly good cartoons, our Looney Tunes, and ruined them. I mean, those cartoons were around for what, 20 years, Dave, and they influenced and provided pop culture and everything for generations of children. They were wonderful and amazing, and y'all ruined them. Turn them into some kind of sick, woke, a kinder, gentler Roadrunner and Coyote. Come on, Fooey on you. I want my cartoons back. Let's see.
You're probably still mad that they took your MTV.
I want my MTV. Well, they took MTV away. MTV used to have music on it. Y'all, I don't know if you kids today know that, but MTV, music television, used to actually play videos.
Yeah,
Celtic
and that
Blacksmith said, I'm skipping my stream tonight. Gonna have to pick it up in a week. Oh,
well, when he comes back, he'll be bigger, faster, stronger, more consistent speed.
maybe better dressed.
It'll be worth the wait. I gives him time to work on his album.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably a good thing he's skipping. That package is bound to come in today.
I would hope so. My goodness, it's only going to go 8 or 10 states away.
I mean, what did you ship that up there with the dwarf mail service? I mean, what,
Look,
what
look. I gave the package to my uncle to drop off at the post office. That's all I know. And did that last Saturday, so it should be there shortly. And if you're not doing your show tonight, you might as well come on ours and open it. If you get it today and open it up on our show, that would be awesome.
he said he'd be working in a shop though.
Yeah. Said Rob hired the Pony Express. Heck, if I'd have hired the Pony Express, it'd have been there like 2 days ago. You know, them guys didn't play. ETA sometime between now and the second coming of Christ. That could be. Well, you know, if it was the Pony Express, it wouldn't be, but you know, this is the U.S. mail we're talking about. Whew, my goodness.
Maybe they've had some walk off the jobs. They figure they're going to get cut. I mean, talk about an agency that is always running in debt. Is the U.S. Postal Service.
You know, here's another side of that too. I can't do it. You know why those postal workers went postal, right?
Oh, this ought to be good.
They were waiting on their mail. Let them go off the deep end.
I want my mail.
Ah! I'm gonna go shoot somebody at the post office and speed them up. I just got to shoot a few of them, and the rest of them will hurry the heck up.
That's like I said, the Mad Max man. Looking for the fuel. Now
Yeah,
looking for the mail.
absolutely. Oh my goodness.
Peace out there from Pops 7600 on the Instagram side.
Yeah. And hey guys, you guys are joining in with us. If you're enjoying the show and everything, hey, y'all hit the like and subscribe and follow and all that, and we would greatly appreciate it this morning. We're getting around toward the end of the show. We're glad everybody joined in this morning. We hope your Friday's a blast, and y'all get out there and have a great day and start your weekend off with a kabang. I got too much work to do this weekend to have a kabang in mind, but it'll be okay. Yes, I'm gonna work on some gardening stuff, I think. Don't that sound like fun to everyone? You guys up there in the northern part of the country, y'all got a while to go. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, we almost there down here. The gnats are out, Dave. I had two of them little suckers fly up my nose yesterday. Ugh. I know you like gnats.
Oh yeah, yeah. every American just loves some gnats. I mean, come on.
Oh, and let me put out a quick reminder. Southern Fried Podcast, aka me and Dave, are going to be live at the Mayhaw Festival here in Colquitt, Georgia next month. Y'all stop by, say hi, get on air, have fun, enjoy the festival. We're going to try to get us some slides up for that. And yeah, y'all come on down and enjoy it. That's in Colquitt, Georgia. And then in July, we're planning on headed over toward Camilla. We're going to have some further updates on that. All right, everybody. Y'all have a great, wonderful day. Dave, get out there and knock them dead, sir.
I'm taking kids to school and going to an event today for work. It's a engineering type event with a scavenger hunt involved. So we'll see.
Okay.
Everybody.
Well, when I said knock them dead, I wasn't talking about the girl.
No.
That was figuratively.
All I got to do is act, just my normal self, and that slays them anyway, Oh, please don't act like that as you pull up to the school. Please,
oh, grandfather, don't act the fool.
Yeah, don't sing. Don't do anything. I'm getting out of the truck. I'm getting out of here. He's got that look in his eye.
Oh, no, grandfather's going to do it again. No, grandfather, don't do it. You should do it.
Well, they don't call me grandfather, but Papa or Papa.
Grandpapa. Oh, y'all have a great day.
You reckon that's what Bill Clinton's called, Grandpapa?
Ugh. You just had to do that.
Had to do it.
It's not nice. Y'all have a great day. Sorry to leave y'all with that image, but we got to go. Y'all be good.
Forge you the steel of love, baby.
Oh, well, it's early in the morning. Grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm. Let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to MAGA minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things. Front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hump Day News, we keep it real with down home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama said, is bringing the truth, and when it's night time,